Good morning, guys. Oh, forgot how to drive then. So, Sunday morning. I'm just about to go for a little spin in my Lambo, and I thought I'd take you with me. So I haven't done a video on this second channel for a day or two. Just been chilling out, as requested by many of my subscribers. So yeah, I just saw it looks like rain this afternoon, a bit black over Bill's mother's over there. So just thought I would take it for a little, what I call a twat lap. A little lap of the town, really. So yeah, what have I been up to, guys? Well, if you watch the main channel, you see that sort of try my best to relax in the workshop. Say the second channel, really, there's not been any updates on the E30 as yet because Mikey was off last week. So oh, I do love this car. So yeah, Mikey's been off, but hopefully he's sort of going to get back on it soon. He did say a couple of weeks ago that we're looking at sort of 5 or 6 weeks, so hopefully another month, who knows, guys. Sorry if the camera's a little bit shaky. I've got me trusty phone mount on my windscreen here, and I'm not sure whether it's going to fall off in a minute. So the Lambo, guys, we are going to take it to RE Performance next month. A lot of you guys in the comments, I sort of left it up to you whether what I was going to do, whether take it to Lamborghini, spend an extra few £100 getting that stamp, or let Ricky do it. And I don't think there was one person that said take it to Lamborghini, so it's going to Ricky. Now, Ricky, I did mention in a previous video, probably about a year or so back, when I spoke with Ricky, he did put me on to a guy called Dave at Larini Exhaust Systems and said have a chat with him. Mentioned you got a YouTube channel, which is exactly what I did. Said that obviously Ricky's going to be having the car to service and MOT and that, and would they be interested in sort of maybe doing a bit of a sponsorship deal on an exhaust for me? And sure enough, they've come back and said they would. So I couldn't quite remember exactly the deal that he was going to do with me, so I got back in touch with him last week after Ricky kindly gave me his details again, and yeah, sure enough, he'll do me the same deal. So we're talking GT2 exhaust system with the active valve system, remote control and what have you. And he said, I forget what the percentage was he was going to give me off it, but they're about £4,500, I think, and he said he'd do it for just under £2,000, providing that obviously pending my him having a look at me social media and me YouTube channel, etc., and the fact that I'm going to do a video or two on it. So yeah, he's accepted that. So now all it is, guys, is decision as to whether I go ahead with a GT2 exhaust. Now I know I probably don't need it. You've got the sort of originality of the original exhaust on this car, which is obviously probably going to hold some value, but at the end of the day, we're sort of, it's one of them, innit? You only live once, guys. We could be gone tomorrow, so do I enjoy it? Now, last year when Lamborghini had the car to service, I said to them, could you do us a favour and unplug that valve so it's permanently open, so I just get a bit more noise below £2,500, because it was pretty quiet, to be honest. It was like just driving an Audi round. And that they did it, and sure enough, it does make a hell of a difference. It gives you that nice crisp sound below 2. You can just hear the V10 a bit more. But with this GT2, Ricky said, I've said to him, you know, what are they like? He said, well, one, they do liven the car right up. They make a hell of a difference. And he said, with the valves open, I'm not going to lie, they are a right old racket. And I said, well, that sounds good to me. There's no point me sort of sitting back and saying, well, I don't want to be too sort of antisocial, I don't want to draw too much attention, because I'm driving around in an orange Lamborghini at the end of the day. So the whole experience of being in the car is a bit theatrical, so why not add to it with a hell of a racket? So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. I know many people are going to say, well, I wouldn't waste your money, why don't you put your money into new machinery and blah blah blah. Don't worry about that. We've got money to invest in machinery, etc. And we've got plans for the future, which obviously I'll put in the other channel. But we're talking about the Lambo now, and I've been a little bit asbo, and I think it would make quite good content for the second channel, really. So yeah, let me know what you think about that, guys, but I'm all for that. So guys, what do I think of this car after pretty much 3 years of ownership? Well, like I've said to you before, it's definitely a lot different to any of the cars I've had before. Most of the stuff that I've ever had is sort of classic, your hot hatches and the Cozzies and stuff like that. So this is my first supercar, and although in the supercar world this is your entry level, I suppose, and one of the cheaper ones, as far as quite a lot of people are concerned, from the general public, they don't really see any different. To be honest, it's a supercar. It's bright orange, it's got a Lamborghini badge on it, and it sounds a bit Larry. And I'll be honest, I think the best part about owning this car is probably the younger person's reaction to it. The fact that this car does genuinely make people's day when they see it just makes it all worthwhile for me. I love to see the young lads' reactions when they see a sort of poster car drive past, because I must admit, even though I've got this and I do what I do and I've had all the cars I've had, if ever I see a supercar of any type, could be a 458 Ferrari, could be a... that was Tom from Stop and World. It could be a McLaren, it could be even a 355 or a 348 Ferrari, something like that. I absolutely, I sort of look and watch it drive past as if I haven't seen one for about 10 years. So yeah, it's just people's reactions really, I think, guys, and getting to chat to people about it. And when I take people out in it, although I'm sort of a bit used to it now, I suppose it's overwhelming for them. They've never been anything like it. And yeah, love it. I do like the sound. Probably the best bit about driving it to me is the downshifts. Love that. The speed is a bit irrelevant, weirdly enough, because it's, I would say any car of this type, or of any type with over 500 horsepower, is too fast. You've got to bear in mind how hot they are now on speeding. There's cameras tucked everywhere, there's coppers hiding in people's bloody driveways. They've even got drone cameras around here now. So you cannot get away with anything. And all you've got to do is put your foot down in this car for about 3 seconds and you're breaking any sort of limit of any roads in the UK. Cheers, ma'am. See, reaction there. They love it. So, yeah, the speed is a little bit irrelevant. It is nice just sort of giving it a quick blap and people love it. It is nice giving it a quick blap and just hearing the racket and then going down the gears. That's what I enjoy the most, I think. But actually just driving it around at a steady pace when no one's about, it's just like driving an Audi TT, to be honest with you. No different. Barely see through the windscreen. It's nice and comfy. It's distinctly Audi in here. But I just love it. I've been in, I'll be honest, I think the best supercar I've been in, because I have been in quite a few, I think the best one I have been in is an Audi R8 V10 Plus. They are pretty much like this. They've got a better gearbox. Although this is a dramatic gearbox, it gives you a good sense of brutalness. But they've got a better gearbox. They've got, obviously, the window angles are better. The sort of viewing points are better. It is slightly more comfy, I would say. More practical. It goes like a scolding cat. Does everything you want. Very reliable because it's got the 5.2 V10 as this has. So I would say as an all-round supercar, you can't get much better than that. Pretty much on the same par as a Hurricane, really, but probably half the price. So yeah, I do like a 458. I think if I had a spare 120, 130 grand sitting about, and I needed to buy a car to sort of make a baby investment on, it would be a 458. I've got a bit of a soft spot to them. Not a 488, a 458. Very pretty car. A little bit like this. I would say it's one of those supercars that looks like it's been designed. If you give a kid a pen and paper and said, draw me the outline of a supercar, it'd either be one of these or a 458. They've got all the curves and all the lines in the right places. Absolutely bloody beautiful. So we're pretty much up to temperature here. We've got the engine's up to temperature, but it's the oil I keep my eye on. Looking at about 85 degrees on the oil before I start giving it any sort of jet whatsoever. So I'm just doing a little twicked lap around the town. I'm going to get on the old dual carriageway and just give it a little lap up to 50 mile an hour, of course. I mean, to be fair, this exhaust is fruity enough, but I've heard them on YouTube, although you can't really get a good idea of what it's like on a video, but they do sound very crisp on the downshift. I mean, this woman is, go on love. Oh, I'll just sit here all day. I ain't sitting here all day. Stand up. Love it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it, at the end of the day? The day it stops doing that and gives me any pleasure, it's going to go. But it don't seem to diminish at all. Now, when I said about the price of getting this up to Ricky and back, obviously making a difference on the quote they give me, I've been having a chat to my wife, and I think taking some people's advice on the comments, they said, listen, it's low miles anyway. Even the amount you're using it, it's going to be lower in relative terms. It's going to be lower and lower average sort of miles every year. So whether you just get it took up there, but get yourself up there and drive the thing home. And I think that's what we're going to do. I might take her for a little cheeky spa day, and when it's finished, we'll just drive it home. Why not? It's only another 100 odd mile, isn't it, on the clock? But it's all very well keeping it that low miles, but at the end of the day, you've got to enjoy it, and you can't just have it sitting in the garage. Waste the bloody time. Lovely. Well, there's plenty of traffic here now, guys. So that was it really. I just wanted to catch up with you, say hello, tell you what I'm thinking about doing, and see if I can get some comments down below, guys, on what you reckon I should do with this exhaust. But I'm thinking, why not? Life's too short. Don't think about it, do it. Yeah, till another video. Thanks for watching. Cheers, guys. Have a nice Sunday.